Q3166-5, unless otherwise authorized, which situation requires ADSB? A. Landing at with an operating control tower. B. Overflying Class C airspace below 10,000 feet MSL. C. Flying under the shelf of Class C airspace. The correct answer is B. In the given options, the situation that requires ADSB is overflying Class C airspace below 10,000 feet MSL. ADSB, Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, is required for aircraft operating in certain airspace areas and under specific conditions. According to regulations, unless otherwise authorized, aircraft flying in Class C airspace below 10,000 feet MSL are required to have ADSB-out equipment. ADSB provides surveillance and tracking information to air traffic control and other aircraft in the vicinity. It enhances situational awareness and helps maintain separation between aircraft, especially in busy airspace areas. By requiring ADSB in specific airspace, it improves overall safety and efficiency of air traffic operations. 3800. When making routine transponder changes, pilots should avoid inadvertent of which codes? A. 0700, 1700, 7000. B. 1200, 1500, 7000. C. 7500, 7600, 7700. The correct answer is C. When operating an aircraft with a transponder, pilots may need to change the transponder code assigned to their aircraft for various reasons, such as transitioning through different airspace or when instructed by air traffic control. However, it is crucial to avoid inadvertently selecting certain codes that have specific meanings and are associated with emergency situations or security threats. The codes 7500, 7600, and 7700 are reserved for specific emergency situations and should not be selected unless there is an actual emergency or communication failure. Here's a breakdown of each code. Code 7500. This code indicates a hijacking or unlawful interference with the aircraft. If a pilot inadvertently selects this code, air traffic control and law enforcement agencies will treat it as a real hijacking situation, potentially triggering a response from relevant authorities. Code 7600. Selecting this code indicates a communication failure. It is used when the aircraft's communication systems, particularly radio communication, become inoperative or unreliable. By selecting this code, the pilot alerts air traffic control to the communication issue and can receive appropriate instructions via other means, such as light signals or aircraft-to-aircraft communication. Code 7700. This code signifies a general emergency. It is used when the pilot encounters any emergency situation that does not fit into the specific categories represented by other emergency codes. This could include engine failure, severe weather encounters, or other unforeseen emergencies. Selecting these emergency codes when there is no actual emergency can lead to confusion, unnecessary emergency responses, and potential disruptions to air traffic control operations. Pilots should exercise caution and ensure they are aware of the correct transponder codes to use for routine changes, avoiding the inadvertent selection of codes 7500, 7600, and 7700 unless there is a genuine emergency or communication failure. 3800-1. When making routine transponder code changes, pilots should avoid inadvertent selection of which code. A. 7200. B. 7000. C. 7500. The correct answer is C. When making routine transponder code changes, pilots should avoid inadvertently selecting code 7500. Code 7500 is specifically designated for hijack or unlawful interference situations. If a pilot accidentally selects this code without a genuine emergency or without being under unlawful interference, it can cause confusion and potentially trigger a significant response from air traffic control and law enforcement agencies. Code 7500 is intended to be used in situations where the aircraft has been unlawfully taken over or is being threatened by hijackers. By selecting this code, the pilot is alerting air traffic control and other authorities that the aircraft is in a state of emergency due to hijacking. This will prompt immediate actions to ensure the safety and security of the aircraft, its occupants, and other airspace users. Selecting code 7500 when there is no actual hijacking or unlawful interference can result in unnecessary disruptions, including the potential for military intervention and law enforcement response. It is important for pilots to be mindful of the transponder code they select during routine operations and ensure they avoid inadvertently selecting code 7500 unless there is a genuine emergency situation. 3802. Unless otherwise authorized, if flying a transponder-equipped aircraft, a pilot should squawk which VFR code? A. 1200. B. 7600. C. 7700. The correct answer is A. Unless otherwise authorized, when flying a transponder-equipped aircraft under VFR, a pilot should squawk the VFR code 1200. This code is designated for VFR operations and is used to indicate that the aircraft is operating in visual flight rules and is not in distress or experiencing any emergency situation. Squawking code 1200 allows air traffic control and other radar systems to identify the aircraft as a VFR flight and helps in providing appropriate separation and traffic information. It enables the ATC to monitor the aircraft's position and provide necessary guidance and traffic advisories. It's important to note that codes 7600 and 7700 have specific purposes and should only be selected when the pilot is experiencing specific situations. Code 7600 is used to indicate a radio communication failure, while code 7700 is used to indicate an emergency situation. However, under normal VFR operations, the appropriate code to squawk is 1200. 3802-1. If you are operating a glider equipped with a 4096 code radar beacon transponder and not in contact with an ATC facility, what is the transponder you should be operating on, squawking? A. 1202. B. 1200. C. 7700. The correct answer is A. If you are operating a glider equipped with a 4096 code radar beacon transponder and not in contact with an ATC facility, the transponder code you should be operating on, squawking, is 1202. While the standard VFR code for most aircraft is 1200, gliders are typically assigned a unique code of 1202. This helps differentiate glider traffic from other VFR aircraft and allows ATC and radar systems to identify and track gliders more effectively. It's important to always check the specific requirements and instructions provided by local authorities or the controlling ATC facility regarding transponder operations for gliders in your area of operation.